Hello, it's Kosmo, and let's continue our RenPy learning. So, let's start working on our novel. First, we launch RenPy, and we see the following picture. If your native language isn't English, then go to Preferences, and here you can choose your language or the language that is closest to you. I leave English for this video, and here you can see all your projects. I have a lot of projects, but most of this is just some testing stuff. But RenPy has two built-in visual novels, and one of them is tutorial and the other one is the question. And if your native language isn't English, then you should remember that these two novels are translated into different languages too. So what are tutorial and the question? Well, of course, tutorial is essentially a help file, but it's made in form of a visual novel. And the question is a small story that you can play and then open its script and see how everything works. Let's start with tutorial. If you need any information on RenPy, first of all, take a look here. Click on tutorial, click launch project, and as you can see, tutorial looks like a regular novel. You can go to preferences here and choose your language and then click start. And after a few phrases, you get to this menu. There are two sections here, a basic minimum to know and some more advanced topics to explore later. For example, we want to know how to create a dialogue, so click on writing dialogue and we see how to write dialogues in your code. There are some examples given of how to display the autos text, how to display characters, phrases, and then how to create character variables, how to set color used to display the character's name, and so on. Everything is very clear, explained in great detail, so just read it. It has a lot of useful information that will definitely help you. And the second built-in novel is the question. Let's take a look at it. This is a very small story, it takes just a couple of minutes, but it has a couple of characters, transitions, sprite changes, and of course several player choices. This is very useful if you want to get an inside look at how a novel works. You can go through this novel a couple of times with different choices and then just go and see the files that make up this short story. So look at this part of RenPy window. Here you can see directories and files of selected novel. You can just click on it to open. You can click on a script file to open it. So the game folder is the main folder that contains all scripts and other folders, of course. The images folder contains pictures and like backgrounds and character sprites. And of course you can create other folders in images folder to categorize your pictures. The GUI folder of course contains all the images that are used in the interface, like windows or buttons or some scroll bars and so on. If you want to change the look of your game, the easiest way is just to redraw one of these pictures. And let's see the files of our game. First of all, of course, this is the most important file, script RPY. This is the file that contains the game code. Although the game code can be split into multiple files, we'll come to that later. Here we can see all the phrases that characters say, sprites and backgrounds changing, and so on. We will deal with this in the following videos. Next is the options RPY. And as you might guess, it contains the settings of your game, like sound settings or game title and many others. GUI RPY of course is user interface settings, like some colors and fonts and text size and many other settings of user interface and how the game looks. And in screens RPI you can customize various screens used in game. For example, like menu screens or gallery on or text box or any other part of your game. But enough postponing. In the next video we'll start working on our novel.